Welcome to Talks with Don, episode 16. The title for this episode is Never Underestimate How Far a Frenemy Will Go to Have One Up on You. So, as always, we want to start off with some libations for the ancestors. This is for the ones who wanted to speak up, but due to oppression they couldn't. This is for the ones who answered the call and spoke up to raise the collective vibration. The call was heard. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is to all my ancestors. This is to all of my ancestors that came before me that used their voice to raise the vibration of the collective. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Thank you. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Let's get some of that good energy. Grand rising, grand rising, grand rising. But as always, we're going to start off with a song by yours truly, Don the Issa, entitled The Process. Let's rock out. The saying goes that water 6 is on level. You was attracted to ice on the key to the door is that life's about. This is a tale about. And you got the gift, what's a lotus? God say protected is potent, is special. They come for the gift, try to run with the gift. Inherently, you must be one with the gift. You cannot take this and code it through time. Perfection of craft must be molded like iron. Here you go, son. Just hold it as mine. To cipher from chosen and spiritual crime. Infinity stones and songs I came to collect. Sunshine is bright, but rain is so wet. To hear the calling, I had to be alone. The casualty of wrongs, the rarity of stones. Flawless diamonds, sapphires, rubies. Sometimes it feels like a duty. Missing the signal can become spooky. I shade. You never know the hour should be bestowed with the power. If you go through the fire, come out cleaning in the shower. 7:20 is the time that I picked up the day past the sets, get the crown. You gonna be, don't be late. I won't be late. You were talking to someone that owns estates. This message inside is for you to discover myself. I had to be my as a youth. Protect what I had to call on recruits. Too many soldiers to fit in a coop. If you were never on, I can't hear you calling. Dark night of the soul. People's hands falling, the gift that we discuss, you can't touch it and see it. You must be careful of energy leeches. Learn to discern the finicky speeches, the ones that get it, get it. If you hit a still, motherfucker, just beat it. to the pieces needed for character development. For the ancestors, y'all. Long live Aaliyah, Dana Harden, Ashe. Thank you to all the ancestors that came before us. So let's get right into it. The title of today's episode is, like I said, never underestimate how far a frenemy will go to have one up on you. For those that are not in the know, a frenemy is someone who is secretly your enemy, but they come to you posed as a friend. And a lot of times these people have admiration for you and will do things to undermine you because they are jealous of you and they want to possess what you have. I'm gonna get kind of raw here and explicit as I'm starting off because this is a deep topic. This happened to me. This is my experience, and these things are happening all across the country. But some people are afraid to talk about them. But I'm not afraid. That's what the Most High gave me my voice for, to help through my experiences younger people, so maybe they won't have to go through those experiences and they can navigate life a little bit easier through the lenses of someone else's experiences. So I'll start off like this. In friendships, men are always competitive as men. So even though sometimes you'll be friends with men, sometimes just out of a nature, men will always want to one up each other. So sometimes in friendships you have men, and in the relationship of friendship, you have one guy that's the alpha and another that's a beta. And most of the times, the beta male will try to one up the alpha male in some kind of underhanded way because he feels inferior to the alpha male. So I'm going to start off with two experiences. The first experience is with this guy that we'll call T. Somebody I have been knowing since high school. The other guy, his initials, his name is T2, but we're just gonna call him TB. Those his initials, so we're just gonna be like TB. So the first story is about this other guy. His name is TC, but the other one is about a guy named TB, and these are their initials of their name. But I'm keeping it like that, so unless you know the people, you'll never figure it out. So, TC, longtime friend since high school. This guy always felt inferior to my twin brother and I. Like we say, my twin brother and I always have had magnetic personalities since we came on in high school and were figuring out our strong suits personality-wise. We always knew how to dress, always were good at conversating, knew how to rap, knew how to match to the fly females. So on every level of every cylinder. We clicking on all cylinders. Communication, um, dressing, self-expression. So in high school, this is what we were known for. But this guy, um, unfortunately, he had some learning issues, and he wasn't the same as us intellectually. So we were a lot smarter than him. So he didn't know how to use his voice. He had a stuttering problem. That's not to talk about anybody that has those problems, but I'm giving you a background to let you know why this guy, TC, will feel inferior to me and my twin brother. So we've been knowing this guy since the 11th grade. Just stopped hanging with him last year. Because just got tired of all the fakeness. But he always felt inferior to me and my twin brother. So, and he didn't know how to talk. Literally, this guy would stumble over his words. So, think about this. Somebody that's hard of speech and can't walk up to the female that he wants, what is he going to have to do in life to get females that he wants? He's going to have to do something underhanded, like stealing from his homeboys, because he doesn't have the capacity to vocalize and mack a female down through words. So this is all he did all throughout his life. Backdoor his homeboys for females because he couldn't get them the regular way. So one girl, we're going to call her A. We all hanging out together. Me, my twin, one of my other friends, and the girl A. We 18, 19 years old. We all riding around in a car, in my car. This had to be at least, I think, '07. We riding around in the car. So, me and A had a relationship of our own, but our relationship was more on some, I'm just gonna say it was casual. So this is his first time seeing A. So mind you, he doesn't know how to talk directly to females because he's hard of speech. So we at a HEB, that's a popular grocery store down here in Houston. He asked me how do I feel about the female, and so I told him it's just casual, which I was lying, but I shouldn't have. I had more feelings for the female than I expressed. So I told him, go on ahead. I wasn't thinking at the time because I wasn't mature enough in the mind to realize, oh, this guy admires you. So he feels like if he sleeps with somebody that you're curt with or cool with, cozy with, that one, he'll have one up on you and he'll feel like that he's connected to your energy. It's a lot deeper when guys snake their homeboys for females than we would tend to believe. A lot of times when guys snake their homeboys for females, it's like a crazy admiration for the homeboy that they look up to. Well, if I can't, whatever, his energy in one way, maybe one way I can try to get his confident energy is by laying with a female that he's been intimate with, which is crazy. It's some sick shit. So he asked, and so he came at the girl like a trick. We young at the time, 18, 19. So, we had, I think, Jack in a Box. We headed from Sugarland to the north side. Chick had to go to work later on that day. So we had Jack in a Box on this side, on the northwest side of Houston. And he tells the girl, if I'll buy you a jumbo jack or whatever the value menu burger is if you give me a kiss. and she's young and naive, so she falls for it, and so they end up hitting it off, and they ended up dating, and I think they ended up having a pregnancy or something like that. I'm not gonna say what happened or whatever, but yeah. So they ended up, you know, really hitting it off, I guess. And in my mind, this is another topic going into it. I don't want to veer too much off of the never underestimate a frenemy. But I used to ask myself, I got a car, I got a gig, I'm good looking. Why does A want to deal with TC? He didn't have a car, all he had was a job. He was slow in the mind, he stuttered, had a speech impediment. Like I said, not to offend people that have those, but I used to ask, well, what is it about him versus me checking all the checkpoints? And now that I'm mature enough, now I realize she wanted somebody that she can dominate and control, because come to find out, he would take all his checks from when he was working at the grocery store and come give them to her like a dummy, let her spend the money and give him what she wanted to give him. So at the time we didn't know this, but as the years progressed and he fell out of the relationship with her, he told us what was going on. So as an adult, I was able to put it together. She was able to control him. She couldn't control me. I got options. I had a car, had a job, I'm fly, I'm good looking, so I can get any chick I want. He probably could too, but he was more docile, letting women lead him around by the nose like a flunky. Basically, he was a flunky for the female. And in that situation, I just learned, okay, he wanted to sleep with somebody that was attached to me because he wanted to be connected to my energy, one, and he wanted to feel like he had one up on me because he's already jealous because he feels inferior to me. So that's the end of that situation. They ended up not working out. That's neither here nor there, but I'm giving y'all the context of, yes, sometimes your friends that are secretly jealous of you will try to sleep with your lovers to one up you, make you feel crazy, and to feel like they're connected to a piece of you. Sick shit. All right, so we're going to go to the next story. The next story, all right, it has three characters. I'm the main character. So this next story involves a girl that I was dealing with. We just gonna, her name VC. We just gonna say VC. Another girl that I had met maybe 3 years later after I left VC alone. We're gonna say her name is we just gonna call her L. L. We just gonna say L. The other guy in question, his name is TB. So, okay, here's the backdrop of the story. I'm going to try to keep it as short as possible. Me and VC met in 2012. We kind of had kept in contact, and we started dating in 2015. And so me and VC started dating. We kick it off real good. Just getting to know each other, kicking it. We used to hang out at the Galleria Mall here in Houston. And so we kicking it real tough for about 4 months. I'll say that, but we had known each other for years. So me and VC kicking it. TB, he on social media, longtime friend as well, but really a friend of me, an associate, but wanted to be just like me and my brother. Always was going behind females that he knew that we liked. So it's a crazy story. So pay attention. Pay attention. So me and VC cool, kicking it, getting to know each other or whatever. Um, so me and VC, we have a falling out. But during the time that we was cool and kicking it, TB knew that we were cool, but TB felt some kind of way about me because he wanted VC, but he couldn't get her, and I had her, and I had off the simplest thing. I'm gonna be real with you, conversation on the phone, but so we have a falling out in 2015. This situation shapes, for the most part, how I deal with a lot of women on the dating scene to this day. I won't get into detail. Maybe I'll do another video on it at a later date. So TB already acknowledges that he wanted VC, and so secretly he was angry at me because I had her and he couldn't get her. So boom, we fall out in 2015. Fast forward to 2018. Mind you, I always help VC celebrate her birthday, knew when her birthday was. I'm not going to say when her birthday was, but we just going to say it's in December. So it's a place on the south side of Houston, legendary club, L. This is the female that I was with in December of 2018, 3 years later after me and VC had broke it off or whatever. So me and L hanging out, I asked her, do you want to, go to the club? So she jump in my Cadillac with me. We ride to the south side to this club. We just gonna be like it's a popular club off Main Street on the south side. If you're a Houstoner and you know what club I'm talking about. So we go to the club, we get there, me and L chilling. So we dancing with each other, whatever, chilling. I think she had a few drinks. So I go to the bar at the club, and guess who I see on that birthday? I see VC at the bar. Mind you, we had a falling out. I'm a Pisces, so sometimes I can get petty, when people get petty with me. So I go back to L and tell L, man, my ex, this girl I used to fuck with, she over there at the bar. Let's go over there and show out and give her a scene and give her something to be mad about. So sure enough, L follows me over there to the bar. VC is at the bar ordering a drink. So I order a drink for L, but L, she's standing behind me. So she grabbing on me, making it seem like we all in love, grabbing me from the back, head all on me. And so just out the blue, I turn around, grab L by the face, and I kiss her. And it was a long, passionate kiss because I guess we both we got an audience, so we got to make it look good. So we made it look good, passionate kiss in front of VC. So mind you, VC a woman, so at one point VC was liking on me, so this really infuriated VC. So we go back to like a little patio type setting, but it's on the inside of this club. So VC comes all the way from the corner to see, well, let me see who this is that he dealing with. So she come with her homegirl, walk past me and L over here on the little patio setting inside the club. So I'm like, oh, she pissed off. She pissed off. Boom. That's the last I hear of that situation. Of course, me being petty, I'm happy because I'm like, damn, yeah, I shitted on them up. So me and L laughing about it, just having a good time or whatever. So that was a good experience at VC's expense. I don't mean to be petty, but I was petty that night, so I'm in my mind, I had to put myself in VC shoes was like, how would she feel? So I put myself in her shoes for a second. I'm like, wow, I really took another girl and kissed another girl in front of my ex's face on her birthday. VC probably felt real shitty. And ain't no problem to it. She felt real shitty. So she's angry. So boom, I don't hear nothing of the situation. I don't call VC. VC don't call me. But I think I was so petty that I sent her a picture of the girl kissing me on the cheek with the clothes that we had from that same night. It was a picture from the same night. I think I was that petty and sent her a picture of that to piss off. So boom. Fast forward to 2022. This is the last of that situation. In 2018, 2019, I probably sent her a picture of me and Elle kissing. So, being petty. So, TB, the other friend from high school that was liking on VC but couldn't get her, mind you, me and VC are not cool anymore because the antics have been, the drama was high. So I'm asking him, man, how VC doing? Because I know he was on our social media. So he proceeds to tell me, man, fuck that fish pussy smelling asshole. And in my mind, I'm like, hold up. How he know the bitch pussy smell like fish? And I'm like, oh, he trying to tell me he hit the hoe. And so, boom, I'm in his stories. He drive trucks. So he out somewhere out of state. And I could tell he was kind of nervous because he was saying things like, man, I got it on me. If a nigga try to approach me, I got it on me. So I'm like, damn, what he nervous about? He think that, that I know that, he hit VC. So, boom, he never admitted it to me. But he was friends with my twin bro. So, years later, a couple years later, they would talk all the time. So, he admitted it. Mind you, he never told me verbatim that he did it, but I picked up on it because I pay attention to all the details. I'm like, why he telling me the girl smell like fish? The girl box smell like fish. I'm like, oh, only somebody that, dug in them guts would know what it smelled like. So, push come to shove, years later, he on the phone with Twin. And when he on the phone with Twin, he tell my twin, man, your brother mad at me because he think I fucked on VC. He never told me that. I never told him that I knew. So that was his way of admitting, oh, I went behind your back and fucked on VC. And so I'm like, damn. And I was not angry with TB about the act of sleeping with VC. I was angry with him of the fact of, why are you trying to go behind me and take women that I've dealt with just to feel like you have one up on me or feel like you closer to me? But I think in his situation, he just wanted to feel like he had one up on me. So, boom, there's another female that my brother was real cool with. Real cool. This female was obsessed with my bro. My brother really had feelings for her, whatnot. They had feelings for each other. TB knew her, but TB wouldn't cross the line with her. And he told my brother, man, I know you really fuck with her, so I'm not going to cross the line. But I always thought to myself, he wouldn't cross the line with her because he knew what he did with VC. So he knew I knew, and that if he did it with my twin brothers, female that it was something that he couldn't come back from. So he said, I'll never do that. But push come to shove, we never ended up getting into it. But I think that VC and TB shared a mutual dislike for me. VC with what happened on her birthday in 2018. TB always was a friend of me, trying to one up and copy me and my twin brother. So they shared a mutual dislike, and that was the way that they connected. And to me, that's petty on both of their parts, because if y'all didn't really like each other, or if y'all hadn't did it with each other before then, why would y'all bond over the dislike of me? And that's the only way that y'all were able to bond, which shows how powerful I am. I'm not trying to brag, I'm not trying to boast, but the energy that I bring to anybody that I'm associated with, you're going to be better in life. So, and when I pull my energy back away from you, sometimes, most of the time, these people's lives crumble because they have mishandled somebody sent into their lives to help them. So, with that being said, it's like I'm walking karma. You mess over me, you're really messing over yourself, because I do nothing but add to people's lives that I'm around. So, with that being said, it was a petty situation. A lot of times in life, young men, you have friends around you that want to be you, want to be connected to you, admire you so much that they feel the only way to be connected to your energy or try to get your energy is to sleep with a lover that you have slept with. It's a sick way of thinking. A lot of times your friends admire you, and when they admire you and look up to you, it breeds resentment. So they will try to one up you by sleeping with somebody they know that you have slept with. So these are two reasons. So never underestimate how far somebody will go to one up you when they're, frenemy or a scorned woman. There's no fury like a woman scorned. I hurt VC's feelings. She wanted to hurt mine, but she knew that TB was my good friend. So she knew it was going to get back to me, but on a deeper subconscious level, young men, I'm going to put you on game. A lot of women will try to put men in crosses with each other because they don't like a certain man. What VC was really trying to do was put me in a cross to where me and TB will fight each other and fall out and potentially harm each other over her. I would never get that crucial over a female. So, if the parties involved are listening, just know that I know, and it doesn't affect me to the point that I would fight anybody over a female. So if y'all listening, just know I know. But to the young men, young women out there, never be VC. Never be TB. If you like somebody, like them because you like them. Don't play them kind of petty games to sleep with somebody just because y'all share mutual hatred of somebody else. That's weak. That's not godlike. I move like a god. So if I want something, I'm going to want you because I want you. Not because I'm trying to get back at somebody else. Not because I hate the next person. Not because, oh man, I hate my ex. You hate her too? Situations like that I know about. We'll speak on that at another time. But never underestimate how far a frenemy will go to have one up on you. Never underestimate how far a woman whose feelings that you have hurt will go to try to, one, put you in a cross, line you up, get you up out of here, make you mad, make you angry, in hopes that you'll get into it with your homeboy. It's wild out here, young man. Young women, don't BVC. Young men, don't BTB. Let your personality, let your magneticism speak for itself, and you attract people based off who you are. So, man, I love y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Salute, Salah, Ashe. One, let's continue to raise the vibration of the collective. Ashe. Follow me on IG, Vegan Chef Don the Issa. VEGANCHEF DONTHAISA. Ashe. I love y'all. Abundance, peace, wisdom.